Hey guys, you did not click on the wrong video. This is Mike from The Variety Show, and today I am here to talk about my very first sponsor, Intimate Aroma. A husband and wife duo came together and started selling cologne. So, yeah, this is the cologne that I bought. Very inexpensive, but is definitely high quality. And also, if you want something a little bit more expensive, and they also got name brands that you heard of, like Polo Red. Let me get it one more time. So, yeah, guys, in a link in the description, there will be a link to Intimate Aroma's channel, and use the promo code New Customer. We are working on a promo code that has my name on it, so it will be NVS, but the promo code is New Customer. They'll give you cologne as a discount. So yeah, guys, Intimate Aroma, click the link in the description and go shopping. And also, it's spin the wheel, get the deal. If you're lucky, because I wasn't lucky to get a discount, but if you're lucky, you might get a discount. So yeah, intimatearoma.com, buy some cologne, also buy some cool gear. So yeah, guys, back to the video. Peace.
Let the body set the floor. What's up, guys? This is Mike, and this is the Variety Show. And today we did WWE, WCW, and now we're about to move on to ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling. We are reviewing arguably the greatest ECW pay-per-view of all time, ECW HeatWave 98. And joining me today with his noisy background, we got my dad. What's up?
Noisy background. What up, though, man? Well, how's it noisy?
Man, it's noisy, man. So, so last time when we reviewed Backlash 06, ECW was the next pay-per-view that was pulled out of the box at random, and we're going to review it. So yeah, so going into this pay-per-view, what was your thoughts when you first found out that we was doing the ECW pay-per-view?
Man, I really wasn't an ECW fan. That was more so you. So I'm like, really, I really gotta look into this pay-per-view to really kind of understand it and be able to talk about it, because it ain't no faking the funk on this one. So I really had to look at the pay-per-view and just the time span, like ECW and WWE is way different. So just like from the crowd, the fans, just the commentary, everything is totally different. It's just like, all right, we don't care how it is. This is us.
Okay. But okay, so we about to get into this show. So this match was pretty much this whole show pretty much was in Dayton, Ohio. And they had a very live crowd. It had I think a total of 10,000 fans in the arena, which
they can't hold 10,000 fans in there. It was only 5,000. 5,000 and some change, man. Don't give that state no clout, man.
Here you go.
5,000, man. Look,
you probably right.
I understand why he even said that state name, because we from Michigan and we hate that state. So I'm putting my piece on it. That's why you would never hear me say that state. It would be always considered that state south of Michigan. There you have it. Right. I got my rant out. There you go.
All right. So Dayton, Ohio. So let's talk about the first match. Just Incredible with Nicole, Bass, and Jason and Chastity versus Jerry Lynn. What you think about the or do you want to talk about the beginning of the match with Shane Douglas coming out?
Yeah,
And cook.
that was shocking. Like it caught me off guard when he was just straight with the F bomb. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like, but the first match, I thought it was super long. I mean, it was a good match, but it was just long. And
14 minutes.
like that's the match where they had that he see, right?
Yeah.
The he
China number
see or the
2.
she he. Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh my goodness, that was terrible.
Yeah, you had a whole lot of jokes about her. He just hit her in the nuts and just crazy stuff like that. She's so big. He's so big. She should be called Russia because she's bigger than China, which was a WWE like jab at WWE talking about China,
Right.
which is your crush, by the way.
Yeah, right.
so like people don't know like just incredible like about this time he got a very huge push especially around the like late 90s like 98 99 to the end like 2000 and he didn't have main event talent if that or main event charisma so that's probably the reason why he didn't get over. And also Jerry Land, everybody knows Jerry Land for having those classic matches with Rob Van Dam. So yeah, I do agree it was a tad bit too long. And yeah, so the next match, Chris Candino versus Lance Storm. Now, one thing about Lance Storm during this time, he was on fire. He was very, very popular, especially around the internet crowd. But how you feel about the next match?
Is this the which one was this one?
The second match with Lance Storm.
Lance Storm. Oh, that's the dude with the ear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something about he had his ear taken off and sewn back on or whatever. That was a decent match as well. Um what I remember very good was where his girl, his wife or fiance or whoever she was, um got her little dress pulled down or whatever, and then they had to put like a little jacket on her. But good match. Very athletic match. Um, the dude with the little headband won. So it
Yeah,
was a good match.
Chris Candino.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match too. But let's talk about the next match, which we probably gonna talk about probably the longest because I think me and you probably disagree on this match. But Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome. What did you think about this
Uh,
match?
I thought really good match. I think this was probably by far like my favorite match on here. Just because hey, I really didn't know these guys. So the little Asian dude really, really had heart, had some moves. Um, definitely like that little suplex or whatever it was through the table onto the concrete. That was fire.
That looked like it hurt too, though.
Yeah, it looked like he was pretty dazed after that. So, but it is what it is, man. I mean, I really like the match. You could tell like these guys really go through some brutal stuff because you see a lot of scar tissue on these wrestlers.
Especially them Japan guys, man. They take that like wrestling still real to them. But okay, I'm not really a fan of Mike Awesome, man. And I'll tell you why. Like I agree with the Undertaker because the Undertaker buried him a lot, like talking about he doesn't know how to put a match together. Which when you watch it, like Undertaker is right because all you see from this guy is big move, big spot, big spot. Like there's no validity in the match. There's no psychology, and the only psychology we got, you could tell it was from Tanaka, and it's like it was this
Yeah,
one.
he definitely made the match for real.
Yeah, and like I think that's probably the downfall of Mike Awesome because like he like you noticed it was this one spot of the match where he just kept hitting him in the head with the chair, and it wasn't no story going to it. It was just like chair shot, chair shot, chair shot. But
Yeah, I didn't really like that long run chair shot to the ring. I thought that was
yeah, that was so unrealistic.
yeah. So, but
So
it is what it is.
okay, so Mike Awesome lost the match, so Tanaka won the match. So the next match, Rob Van Dam. But first, it was I think it was before this match. They had two backstage vignettes where New Jack was taken out outside, and really, I don't understand why. From like the insider perspective, like why did that match? Because originally, not Mike Awesome, New Jack was supposed to take on Jack Victory, and that match didn't happen because the Dudley Boys and Victory attacked New Jack outside. So but we did eventually saw those two fight each other, but it was just in the Dudley Boys and Tommy Dreamer's match. But I didn't understand like the point of that really. Did you?
Nah, it really looked um sketchy for me. You know, it was like I didn't see the point of it, and I didn't understand why they set that up like that because like it really wasn't a point, you know, but it almost seemed like it was like really staged or like an accident happened and we really don't want to go on with this match, so let's just come up with something so we don't have to show this match type of deal.
Yeah, but I'm not really a fan of New Jack to begin with. I don't know if you are, but I'm not. I think he's not a good person. Stabbing somebody in a ring and cracking somebody's skull open, like, come on, dude. But
And that could be the reason why it didn't go down.
yeah, maybe. But okay, and then you had another backstage vignette with RVD and Sabu. I love the vignette because Rob Van Dam, like that, he is. If you just know Rob Van Dam from his WWE run, where he just sound high all the time, which he did in this show, but it was more to his character in ECW. He was kind of like an arrogant prick, but everybody still loved him.
Yeah,
Except
he
for
was.
you. Except for you.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is about dude. Like I don't rock with him. I don't rock with his style. Um, and I literally couldn't tell you the reason why. It's just one of those things where you just don't like somebody and you don't really know why you don't like them. That's just how I am with RVD.
He's from Michigan though, man.
Yeah, I don't like everybody in Michigan either. So I mean, like he just like I don't know. I feel like it was weird. Him and his Sabu, like just imagine you and I on teams, and then
They don't get
you
along
keep
at all.
you keep trying to boss me around and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, like what's up with that? Like
But
like
this not
who
the
the
first time we seen stuff like that though.
Yeah, I wasn't too fond
Rob
of.
Rob Van Dam calling him three-fourths of the tag team champions, which is crazy because so pretty much Sabu is one-fourth of the champion. Also, the way he was saying Hayabusha's name,
Yeah,
Habushi, bless
yeah,
you.
like he was sneezing.
Yeah, like, did you get annoyed by that or no?
Nah, I mean, everything that dude do is annoying to
Come
me.
on, bro. Come on, bro. This
For real.
match, this match was cold. Like the trend. Okay, now so let's get into that match because that was the next match. I love the match, man. The transitions, like Hayabusa. I like Hayabusa. I watched some of his matches in Japan. Of course, I didn't grow up with him because he's from like FMW. If you don't know about FMW is pretty much a Japan wrestling association. It's pretty much the ECW version, the Japanese version of ECW and FMW in Japan. So you get this guy Hayabusa, and he was a great worker, and he looked like the designer. Like Hayabusa is the guy with the mask. If you don't know, and he was literally supposed to take on not take. He was literally supposed to be the next guy in Japan. However, he got into an accident where he couldn't walk and he died at a very young age at 45 years old. And yeah, just he had a very tragic life pretty much.
Mm.
But he was good on this show. Like I enjoyed the match. I really did. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good match. Even though I really don't care for dude, but it is what it is. Um, I mean, I can't be a complete hater, and like the dude have skills.
So you
Uh,
admit that you're a hater. Got it.
I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't like the dude. So, but he has skills. It was a very skillful match, especially with Sabu. You know, um, you definitely gonna see some high flying when it comes to Sabu. So yeah, it was a dope match.
Yeah. So pretty much, let's talk about the finish. So pretty much, it was a double table finish spot, right?
Yeah,
So, and one thing I like that Rob Van Dam was about to go for the cover, and Sabu just pushed him off of it, pushed him off the cover.
yeah, because he wanted the clout. He wanted
Yeah,
the
yeah, he wanted the
yeah,
clout,
yeah.
and
That was gay.
I do, yeah, that's what.
That was gay.
I mean, if man, like really how I think of it, I guess he wanted it. He wanted the clout because I mean, look at Rob Van Dam taking all the credit, man. Like he said, like I'm the tag team champions. We're gonna win the match because like I'm gonna win the match. Rob Van Dam, and then Sabu would hit him, and then he like, oh, you too, Sabu. And like he wanted to take credit for it,
Yeah, I
but
like I said, I can't stand that dude. But I
you a
digress.
hater. You a hater. You probably was happy when Triple H buried him at I think No Mercy.
Yep, yep, yep. Matter of fact, that should be the next. That should be the next pull for real.
It's in here, man. Maybe we'll pull another ECW pay per view. But yeah, so yeah, that was the end of that match, and people say that's one of the best ECW matches of all time. I don't think it was the best ECW match, and I also don't think it's the best tag team match of all time. But it was just the reason why I think people thought it was great because like look at all the cold stuff Rob Van Dam and Hayabusa Sabu and the dude with like that's obviously a part of the Yakuza with all those tattoos on his face and his whole body, man. That like
Like,
that's
could you imagine living life like that? like, no offense to anybody that's on the channel that has tattoos on their face and stuff. Like, this dude, like, his whole face was just covered. His whole chest and back and probably arms, everything was just covered. Like,
I
you know
know why.
what?
You never heard of the Japanese criminal organization, the Yakuza? The
Mm-mm,
Japanese, the Japanese mafia.
mm-mm.
Yeah, man, they have like a bunch of tattoos on their face too.
Oh, for real? Mm-mm.
Yeah. So let's get to the next match. So Robin Bam and Sabu did win, but let's get to the next match: Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow. I'll let you talk about it.
Like, and this is bad for me because I never was a Bam Bam Bigelow fan when he was with WWE, and I damn sure ain't no Taz fan either. So,
That's
but
because
these
WWE
guys,
ruined them.
huh?
That's because WWE ruined them, man. You seen that that one episode of Raw? It was Raw or SmackDown where Taz got look, Stone Cold Steve Austin took off his belt and literally started beating the living daylights out of Taz. And you know how when your parents whoop you, where they talk to you after every hit,
Right.
like I told you that I want some respect. Like it was so like I am Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like it was embarrassing, man. Triple H buried him. And then like it's crazy because look how like when you watch Taz when you watch Taz in ECW,
Uh-huh.
he looks huge and he looks like a tough guy. But
Right.
when he came to the WWE, he looks so short, you know?
Yeah. Like he's definitely he don't look tall at all. You look like he's just short and stocky.
Yeah.
But it was a good physical fight. You know, again, uh, Taz definitely worked a lot better in ECW than he do in WWE.
And maybe it's because he was buried, man. Let's be honest. They buried him, man. That's probably the reason why.
What you thought about it? Was it your favorite?
Taz?
Yeah.
No, not really.
What about Bam Bam?
I thought Bam Bam Bigelow was definitely ahead of his time when he came out because, like, first of all, he got tattoos on his head, which I don't know how that's possible, but he do. He got tattoos on his head, and and he just like he can do moonsaults. Like he was very athletic for someone his size. He for someone his size. Like the best comparison you can say is Vader, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was definitely ahead of his time, and rest in peace because he passed away. So
Dude, Kamala was pretty athletic too.
Kamala,
Yeah, I never forget. It was me and my dad went to an event. It might have been in Pontiac, I think. And him and Hogan was wrestling, and Kamala jumped over Hogan's head.
oh yeah, yeah. And well, I think Kamala was definitely athletic in his early days back in Memphis, like Memphis Championship Wrestling. But towards the end, like the late '90s, and even he wrestled against Umaga in 2006. And this is great that we're talking about him because he did recently passed away from COVID. So ooh wee. Remember that song? But he
Mm-hmm.
did. Yeah, he did pass away, sadly, and he had like a terrible life towards the end. He had to get both his legs amputated.
And I think he didn't really have a great experience with the WWE.
Oh no, if you
Well,
listen to that song, if if
they didn't
if
really
you
take care of him.
yeah, if you listen to a song, he'll like, you left me broke. You kept me broke, even though I put A's in the seat.
Hey, that's a shame, man. That's a shame.
And then he started talking about Pat Patterson. He like, I remember it all. Back when Pat Patterson and the Brooklyn Baller went to bread, and the Brooklyn Baller was like, "Let me rock your world." He like, "I ain't lying. Push it, shove it, and pull it." Yeah, man. I might, if I don't, dang, I want to have that song in the intro, cause that's a like, I don't know why the part when he go, "Ooh wee." Ooh, that always make me laugh for some reason. Cause it sounds like a slave singing that song, man. And even his character is like a racist gimmick, isn't it? Like it is, like a character like that would never you can never do a character like that today.
Yeah, the
But
African get up.
yeah, if you want to call it that, man, like a savage. But yeah, that's our tribute to Kamala. But yeah, so pretty much how this feud came about. So Taz created the FTW champion, which stands for F the World. And first of all, it was orange. It wasn't a very good looking belt. And the only two people that hold the belt was Taz and Sabu. So pretty much Taz was just upset that he didn't it was something with Shane Douglas, the dude that was on the announce table today. And also, so Taz is like, okay, I'm about to create my own world champion. And he called it the Brooklyn World Belt, which doesn't make sense at all. So he was still feuding with Shane Douglas, and but Shane Douglas was injured. That's the reason why he's on commentary. So they made a storyline where Shane Douglas hired a bodyguard, and the bodyguard was Bam Bam Bigelow. And at the Barely Legal pay-per-view, if you remember, that's when they went through the ring, right?
That left hand side.
Yep, the left hand side of the ring. And on this show, they did something similar, but this time they went through the stage.
Yeah.
What you think of that?
I mean, it's definitely a crowd pleaser. You know, anytime you see anything like that, and this is where I commend ECW, they let their fans be them.
Yeah.
You know, they are a rowdy bunch in the community. And, like, literally, I think they influence you a lot.
Yeah. But then again, Ohio always been known to be like when it comes to wrestling, they always been like a rabid crowd. Like it's always
They some
Ohio,
bastards.
huh?
They some bastards over there.
It's Ohio, Chicago, um Ohio, Chicago, Toronto, and what's another good wrestling crowd?
What about New
Like
Orleans?
New Orleans. Not really, not really. They don't like, just watch like Chicago, like a show that has Chicago. Portland is a good crowd. Of course, New York. Well, pretty much any arena in Madison Square Garden. Like that's all my bucket list. And Chicago, I already said Chicago. And yeah, those fans are very rowdy, very insider. Like, and when you go to one of those shows, you best believe it's going to be a hype show.
Mm. Never knew that.
Yeah. So so pretty much how this match ended, Taz did defeat Bam Bam Bigelow by submission. And one thing I like about this match, Shane Douglas was so was great on commentary in this match because he was so biased, like rooting Bam Bam Bigelow on. And in the beginning, he not gonna be biased. He gonna call it down the middle, which we pretty much knew he wasn't
No,
gonna do
yeah.
it.
Of
Yeah,
course
and
not.
yeah, it like I thought it was awesome. I love Shane Douglas on commentary in this match. But you ready to talk about the main event?
The Dudleys.
The Dudleys, the Dudleys boys. So I'm not gonna say all the Dudley boys' name. Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Spike Dudley. So pretty much how this match came about. Of course, Spike Dudley always been the one. Like they always like all the Dudley boys always picked on Spike Dudley. I don't know why, but it's just I guess because he's small. So Sandman always had his problems with the Dudleys too. So they all teamed up with Tommy Dreamer because this is one thing that is lacking in wrestling now. So in ECW, like people legitimately hated the Dudley boys because they were just great bad guys, you know? And this show is an example of how they proved it. Like that's good storytelling what they did with the Dudley boys. They protected them. The Dudley Death Drop, which in WWE they call it the 3D. So the Dudley Death Drop pretty much broke Tommy Dreamer's Tommy Dreamer's wife neck with the Dudley Death Drop. It wasn't, of course it wasn't real, but they made you believe that her neck was actually broken. So it was a
Mhm.
blood feud. It was a blood feud. So it had a very good storyline and also relatable because if someone breaks your wife's neck, you want revenge, right?
Definitely.
So that was the storyline in this match. But so let's talk about this. First of all, let's talk about when the Dudley boys come out. The dude with the
Quick question.
castle.
Quick
Go
question
ahead.
first. Was the Dudleys at WWE prior to ECW?
They were in they were in ECW. And they didn't get to WWE until I believe like 99.
And then is that when was ECW during then in '99 separate from WWE, or did WWE buy them by that time?
WWE bought ECW in 2001. Along with ECW. Well, along with ECW. So WWE didn't buy ECW until 2001.
So how was the Dudleys able to bring over that 3D design to WWE?
I mean it's all about the contracts. Really. I guess like the Dudley boys own the rights to the 3D name and stuff like that. But in
Okay.
TNA, but in TNA went But WWE owns the rights to the Dudley Boys. So when WWE when TNA went when the Dudley Boys went to TNA, you couldn't call them the Dudley Boys. It was just brother Devon and brother Bubba Wade Dudley. Like you couldn't call them 3D or Team 3D. You couldn't call them that.
Okay. See that's why I asked, because I do know that they had the 3D going on in WWE. So
Yeah. So let's talk about the Dudley boys when they came out. They came out. Did you saw the amount of heat that they got? Nobody liked them in that arena.
and they
And
probably do it the best though,
what
in
you
my
mean?
opinion. Draw heat.
The Dudley boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, on this show, when it comes to ECW, I would agree because they literally, I hate every single one of you in this arena. And then
Yeah.
they was talking, and then they had a doll that was supposed to be Villa McGillicuddy, like Tommy Dreamer's wife, calling her their slut and stuff like that. Their own sex slave.
Yeah, they
And
was definitely wild.
yeah, yeah, like Bubba Ray Dudley already was wild for wearing a Confederate flag on his head, man, like a scarf. So
Yeah. I mean, we talked about that. I mean, we talked about a just that during that era and just the kind of cats these wrestlers are, they nothing but good old redneck boys.
yeah, and then the dude with the cast had me laughing. He like I'm harder than Chinese algebra. I'll leave them sore, even though they come back for more. Like this dude is rhyming, and his promos was kind of fire for real. Did you care for that or not really?
I mean, Dudley's, man, I always like them, man. I
Better
like
than
their whole
DX.
swag. Huh?
Better than DX. Better than DX.
I won't go that far.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
But they definitely know how to sell a show.
Yeah, definitely. Because let's be honest, this is the thing that Paul Heyman do. Like literally, you pay money just to see the Dudley Boys get beat up. That's what they used to do. That's actually what they used to do. So then you had Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Lil Spike Dudley come out, and like I'm not a fan of Tommy Dreamer. I'm not like there's no heat whatsoever when he's in them. Like he, he there's no heat in his matches. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
And also I hate the fact that this was supposed to be a blood feud, but the match started in a tie up. They locked up. And if it was a blood feud,
They
that's
were
one
supposed to
thing
come
that
back punching.
and that's one thing that I miss when it comes to wrestling. Even today now, you don't see stuff like that no more, which is horrible. Like it's hard to take it's hard to ruin your like it's hard to watch wrestling and be like, okay, this is a legitimate blood feud because after the match, you see them on Instagram taking pictures with each other. I'm like, come on, dude, y'all supposed to be in character and stuff. And like we both know wrestling is fake, but come on, man, put some effort to it. And,
Yeah.
and
Plus, there
this
haven't been any grudges like that in a while.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example of what a grudge should be, but at the same time, the match should not end. That match shouldn't like start with a lockup.
Nah.
But I thought this match was decent. It was a decent. So the match ended with Tommy Dreamer giving a DET to Bubba Ray Dudley on the ladder, which looked like it hurt too. Let's be honest, and that's how
Yeah.
the match ended.
Yeah, I did cringe at that.
Yeah, and then after the match, that's when Jack Victory came out and they all beat up Tommy Dreamer and them, and then all of a sudden you hear the hip hop music. And then that's when New Jack came out, and I thought it was a great ending to the show because the good guys went over. So at least it sent the fans home happy. But but yeah, that's ECW Heatwave '98, and I think this pay per view was a good representation of what ECW is about, and also like the top guys in ECW. So you had everybody that you associate with ECW there for the most part. You had, especially in '98, you had Rob M. Dem, you had Sabu, you had Tommy Dreamer, you had the Sandman, you had Taz, and you had Just Incredible. Those are the guys that represented ECW, and you had them in full salute there. So yeah, my ratings of this show, I thought this was an okay show, not the best wrestling show, and probably not my favorite ECW show of all time neither. So, but people definitely hold this to be the greatest ECW pay-per-view of all time. So I'm gonna give my ratings. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like it's just not being an ECW person, and I haven't watched ECW in a long time. So just watching it again, I think I watched it twice, and just the overall look of it is just it's not my style. Not saying that that's bad or good, but it's just it wasn't a fit for me. And I think I told Mike that nah, I don't think you and I could have went to a event like this just because I don't think we would have fed in to the whole event. And plus, there was one scene where in the beginning where they picked up a cup of beer and just smashed it, and then beer just flew everywhere. Like so, that's not my whole little scenery. So I gave it like 2.5, 2.5 stars. Um, it left me bored in some matches. Some matches did catch my attention, but overall, I was like, okay, where's the excitement? It could have just been because of the year, you know, very low budget. Um, I mean, I just really didn't get down with the show. For me, it didn't grasp my attention. And for people that said that that was the best ECW pay per view, they need to bag that up and sell that. Whatever you smoking.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. You didn't hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. It just went out for a second.
Oh,
But yeah, I agree with you. So, are you ready to pull the next show out the box?
yeah.
Okay, I'm about to mix it up right now. So, the next show we're going to be reviewing is No Mercy 1999.
No Mercy 1999. Huh?
Yep. So, I'm going to give you a quick tell you what this show was about. So, No Mercy 99. So here goes some shows. You had China versus Jeff Jarrett. You had the British Bulldog versus The Rock. You had Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys in the first ever tag team ladder match. And then you had Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Triple H in a No Holds Barred.
Mm.
So, No Mercy 99 is the next pay-per-view we're going to review. So, yeah, guys, tell me how you think of this pay-per-view. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And, yeah, give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. What's so funny?
Bye.
Bye.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
all right, all right, guys. We out. Peace.
Oh, you still